Good morning. Today, I'll be presenting about J.S. Bach's Prelude cello suites, specifically the Prelude to Suite Number 3 in C major. So Bach was born in Germany in 1685, and he died in 1750, and it's largely considered to be the end of the Baroque period when he died. And at the time, he was more well known for his organ playing, and his compositions weren't as widely known, but it was discovered by Mendelssohn later, and they were greatly appreciated. His composing style was characterized by counterpoint, textual painting, and chromatic harmonics. And here is a picture of the excerpt in the Prelude. An interesting story about Bach's composing style. When he was a kid, he was orphaned, and he went to go live with his older brother. Now, his older brother was a musician, so he had a lot of music manuscripts, and he forbade Bach from touching them, looking at them. He didn't want it messing, which I don't know if that was a sibling rivalry thing. But what Bach did is, when he was a kid, at night he would sneak pages of music and then copy them, which is how he learned how to compose, and how he learned kind of the progression of chords. And it's really interesting because later in his life, when he became more renowned for his composing, he was able to get music from Italian, French composers like Vivaldi, and that influenced how he wrote music later in his life. But of course, when we talk about Bach, we can't forget that he was a Christian, and his faith greatly influenced his music. And quote by him, "The aim and final end of all music should be none other than the glory of God and the refreshment of the soul." And I think we can see that in his works for the church, and as well, he was very hardworking and dedicated as an organist. But specifically with my piece, Bach wrote, or they believe that he wrote the cello suites during his time in Köthen, which was probably from between 1717 and 1723, and there he worked as the Kapellmeister for Prince Leopold's court. Other famous music selections, these were more secular. They didn't have gospel or scripture specifically as inspiration, but they were created during this time, which included the Brandenburg concertos, as well as the Well-Tempered Clavier, and the unaccompanied cello suites had become a timeless masterpiece. And I'm sure you've all heard the prelude to the cello suites. It's like the one that you hear cellos doing all the time. And this collection, it has 6 suites with 6 movements, and each, like I said, entirely for unaccompanied cello. It's thought to be influenced by Italian and French composers. And specifically about this 3rd suite, some consider it a little less expressive than the other ones, especially because of the prelude. The one I'm doing has a lot of running 16ths, but it just takes a little digging, because there is variation in the notes, but it just takes someone who knows, who's played it, and they have to interact with the music.